feel like the universe is playing tricks on you. You spill your coffee before you even take a sip, the bus you were counting on glides past without stopping. And just when you think you've recovered, someone's careless words pierce your mood like a sudden gust of cold wind. We've all been there. Moments that stack on top of each other, pressing you down, tempting you to snap, to frown, to let the day win. But what if you didn't? What if, no matter what happened, spilled coffee, missed buses, sharp words, you could walk through it all as if wrapped in an invisible shield? A shield of calm, of quiet strength. I'm Evie, and while we explore this reflection together, you'll also be gently training your English, not with stiff textbook sentences, but with real emotional language you can use the next time life tests you. Because speaking a new language isn't just about grammar and vocabulary, it's also about the way you carry yourself when things go wrong. In this episode, we'll dive into what it truly means to act as if nothing affects you, how to sound calm under pressure, how to keep your cool in English, and how that calmness can change not only the way people hear your words, but the way you feel inside. So take a slow breath, settle in, and let's begin. When we say, act as if nothing affects you, it doesn't mean you're made of stone. It doesn't mean your heart doesn't feel or your mind doesn't care. It means that what you feel on the inside doesn't spill all over the outside. It means you choose your response, instead of letting the moment choose it for you. Think of it like standing in the middle of a storm with an umbrella. The rain is still falling, you just don't let yourself get soaked through. In English, we have natural phrases for this kind of strength. Keep your cool. Stay composed. Don't let it get to you. And in everyday conversations, it's often even softer, more casual. I'll let it slide. It's not worth my energy. I'm not going to let this bother me. Each one is like a small door you close, keeping the chaos on the other side. They send the same quiet message. I choose peace over drama. And the beauty of using them while learning English is that your words don't just carry meaning, they carry a mood. They make you sound like someone who can handle life's bumps with calm, steady hands, even when the coffee spills and the bus drives away. Years ago, I was teaching an evening English class when the sky suddenly split open with rain. By the time one of my students arrived, she was soaked from head to toe, her hair dripping, shoes squelching, her notebook clutched like it was made of sugar. I expected frustration, maybe an apology for being late. Instead, she stepped into the room with a smile. She laughed, held out her arms, and said, "Well, I guess I got my shower early today." The whole class laughed with her. The tension in the room melted. In that instant, she wasn't just learning English, she was teaching all of us something far more valuable. Your attitude is your choice. You can let wet socks ruin your night, or you can turn them into a punchline. You can choose to let the rain soak your clothes, but not your mood. And that's the essence of acting as if nothing affects you. It's not about pretending the storm isn't there. It's about refusing to hand it the power to change who you are in that moment. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is something short, simple, and steady. Take the phrase, "I'm not bothered." It's calm, it's clear, and in just 3 words, it tells the world, you can try to shake me, but I'm solid. British speakers especially love it, "I'm not bothered, mate." Said with an easy shrug, it feels casual but unshakable, like leaning back in your chair while the noise passes by. Another favorite, like water off a duck's back. Picture it. Raindrops sliding off smooth feathers, never soaking through. That's how you let criticism or rudeness roll away from you. They complained about my accent, but honestly, it was water off a duck's back. And here's one more truth. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. When someone tries to provoke you, a calm pause, a small smile, even a simple, "all right, okay," can be more disarming than any argument. Each of these tools is more than just English vocabulary. They're small acts of emotional self-defense, phrases you can keep in your pocket, ready for the moments when life decides to test your balance. You can't stop the waves. Not in the ocean, not in life. But you can learn to surf. Challenges will always come, in English, in work, in relationships. They arrive like sets of waves, some small enough to step over, others big enough to knock you down if you're not ready. When you act as if nothing affects you, you're not pretending the water is calm. You're learning to ride it, to shift your balance, bend your knees, and move with the swell instead of fighting against it. And here's a secret. In English, calmness doesn't just live in your words. It lives in your delivery. It's in the way you breathe before you answer. It's in a gentle smile before you speak. It's in phrases like, "It is what it is. No big deal. Whatever happens, happens." These are like the small adjustments a surfer makes on the board. Tiny, steady movements that keep you upright while the water moves beneath you. And even if you don't feel steady inside, you can borrow the posture of confidence until it becomes real. In English, we sometimes call this fake it till you make it. But I prefer to think of it as practice the calm until you become the calm. Because the more you ride those waves without flinching, the more you'll discover that the storm is never as big as it feels at first splash. One of the quickest ways to take the sting out of a bad moment is to laugh at it. Not the sharp, defensive kind of laughter, but the warm, knowing kind. The kind that says, "Yup, that happened, and I'm still fine." If you trip over your words in English, you could frown and freeze, or you could smile and say, "Classic me." If someone teases you, you can meet their joke with kindness, a gentle twist that turns the energy around. Humor doesn't erase the problem. It just changes the light you see it in. It shrinks the shadow until it's small enough to step over. And here's the magic. In English, humor is often read as confidence. It tells people you're comfortable enough with yourself to not take every moment too seriously. Think of it like carrying a small lantern in a dark room. The situation may not change, but suddenly you can see where you're going. When you can smile at the rain or chuckle at the mistake, you take back the power that moment was trying to steal from you. And in doing so, you make both your mood and your English a little brighter. Sometimes the hardest person to stay calm with is yourself. You make a mistake in English, and before anyone else can react, your own thoughts swoop in. I'm so stupid. It's like throwing stones at your own foundation. But here's the shift. When you act as if nothing affects you, that includes your own inner voice. Instead of tearing yourself down, you build yourself up with simple, steady phrases. "It's okay. I'm learning. Everyone makes mistakes. I'll get it next time." This is called self-talk, and it's not fluff. It's mental training. Because the way you speak to yourself shapes how you show up for others, and how naturally your English flows when the pressure's on. Start small. When someone bumps into you on the street, smile and move on. If someone interrupts your sentence, take a breath and keep going. When you feel embarrassed, pause, straighten your shoulders, and say, even out loud if you can, "I've got this." These micro moments are your practice field. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you strengthen that invisible shield we talked about at the start. And before you know it, you won't just be acting as if nothing affects you. It will be your natural way of moving through the world. I once had a student give a big presentation in class. Halfway through, the computer froze. The slides vanished. The room went silent. Most people would have panicked, shuffled papers, muttered apologies, rushed to fix it. But he didn't. He smiled, looked at the audience, and said, "Technology, always testing us." The whole class laughed, and without missing a beat, he finished his talk from memory. That small moment turned what could have been a disaster into the most memorable presentation of the semester. That's the power of acting as if nothing affects you. It's not about being perfect. It's about being steady enough to keep going, no matter what tries to trip you. So the next time something goes wrong, whether it's in life or in your English, pause, breathe, let the wave pass under you, and then, in clear, confident English, say, "I'm not bothered." Because the truth is, your calm is contagious, and when you carry it, you're not just learning a language, you're showing the world exactly who you are.